1, 2, 3.
Welcome.
Yeah, where's Tammy?
Let's get on with the
Let's
show.
do it. Let's go.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
Friday vibes.
Sta domani. No, that's Sunday.
It's the weekend of vibes.
That's a perfetto.
Yes.
We are gonna make the drinks, the cocktail.
But today is all about the gin. And then the Negroni.
You don't start with gin, you started with a Negroni.
Negroni and
gin,
the
of
gin.
course, from Holland.
The Holland.
Yeah, of course.
We know that Holland.
Flurgy-burgy.
Yeah. We do know that.
I speak no Hollish.
Hollish?
Yeah.
Fluent.
Is that what they, yeah.
Yes.
Hollish?
Yes.
I imagine Austrish and Hollish are very similar.
Austrish and Hollish are very similar.
Similar.
Actually.
Yeah.
All from the Germanic languages.
Sure, yeah. So you must know it.
I'm super happy.
Yeah?
Because I never used to be a gin fan
Okay.
until about 8 years ago.
So you've been excited for 8 straight years.
Yes.
Okay.
Never used to like gin whatsoever until I started hosting Mix.
Okay.
Mix proper.
You've been doing this for 8 years?
It's almost 8 years now. I think we started about 8 years ago.
Goodness.
I think.
My
I'm
goodness.
such a professional now.
Yeah, super
Yes,
pro.
yes.
Nailed it.
And I learnt to love, which means it's forever. If
Yeah.
you learn to love something, it's
Right.
always forever.
Yeah, if you love it immediately, you can learn to hate it real quick.
It's tragic, exactly. And I learned to love gin.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about it is your favorite thing?
All the stuff that goes in it
Sure,
to make it
yeah.
not taste like gin.
Just all the things, yeah?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Is it the neutral grain that you like so much?
It's either the neutral grain, it
Yeah.
could also be the multi-mash
Yeah.
that we have in here from a little bit of Geneva.
Sure.
Because the fun thing is, and I did learn this, there are kind of 4 categories of gin.
Sure.
Right? Which we're probably going to be talking about a little bit today.
A touch.
A little bit.
Yeah, a
because it is
touch.
about gin.
Yeah.
But also mentioning that it is still Negroni week.
Yeah.
Until Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have 2 more days left for Negroni week. Happens every year. It's normally about a week earlier, though. Why
I
did they
want to
postpone
say,
this?
can I, as a bartender for the
Please.
past 15 years, I feel like there are...
Mixologist, please.
I hate that term.
You're a
I am a
mixologist.
bartender. I tend bar. I feel like Negroni week comes about 6 or 7 times a year. I feel like it's always Negroni week. Like
True.
we're always like Negroni week's just coming or
Yeah.
Negroni week just left us.
Yeah.
I feel like we maybe, I don't know when Daiquiri week is. I've never even heard of Daiquiri week.
We
When's
should
Punch
make
week?
one.
Yeah.
Your
they don't
house
have one.
every day.
That's true. I do a lot of punches.
Every week.
Yeah.
Your house.
Yeah. No, it's a lot. I just feel like Negroni week is so celebrated.
It is.
And there's just a lot of cocktails that just are not celebrated.
That's true. Maybe
Yeah.
we need to make some new ones up.
Who do we call? Hallmark? Is this a Hallmark situation?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe Congress?
PBS? We don't know.
PBS. PBS.
We don't know.
Let's
But,
call Congress, give PBS
what I
his
would
number.
like to do is give a quick shout out to. I do have my phone here again, so we do have a little bit of a chat.
Great.
Situation. We did not
right.
last week because we
Right.
were in the 50s and the 40s and the 30s.
And the 30s. And maybe the 70s and the
ma-
1920s.
We don't
I think
know.
is,
We had from
yeah.
Christopher Walken to everybody.
Whatever.
Everyone's voice
Hey.
in the house last week, which
Hey,
is
I'm
great.
from an older time.
Exactly.
From a time long ago.
Let's give Tex a quick shout out,
Tex?
who's in the house, who made it. David is here, Paul's here, Matt's here. We've got Danny, Dixie, Larry, we've got Betty, Carlton is in the house, we've got Killer Vamp. We have all our favorites here. Cynthia, of course, is here as well. Jen is in the house as well. So I say let's talk gin.
Let's talk gin.
Let's talk gin.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Okay, well, of course, the Negroni is a big thing. I am
Yes.
not going to be doing a Negroni. I did a Negroni variation on my show last night called The Old Pal. Instead of gin, of course, it has rye. Instead of sweet vermouth, it has dry vermouth. Very, very nice.
Yep.
Very interesting. I'm going to go even a little further back on this one.
Okay.
I'm going to go with a man who has easily one of the low-key funniest names of all time. He was the first man to ever write a cocktail book that included also how to manage a bar. He was the first ever. He was the first ever bar consultant.
Nice.
Basically, his name is of course Harry Johnson. I think that's a great name.
Harry
I
Johnson.
think Harry Johnson is the best thing you can name
What
a
is so funny
kid.
about that?
Harry Johnson.
The Harry or Harry? Is that your accent?
Harry. Harry. Harry Johnson.
Harry.
You say it the exact same way. Harry
It
Johnson.
sounds like you're saying Harry.
I think that's kind of what we are saying.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry. Wait. I'm sorry. Just one second.
Here?
I have to get this right.
Okay.
You're saying there's a difference between Harry and Hairy in the way you pronounce it?
Absolutely.
Please demonstrate.
One is hairy.
Harry.
I have hairy arms.
Gotcha.
One is Harry.
Harry.
Like Prince Harry.
Yeah.
He's not called Prince Harry.
Yeah, I think you would find a lot of people that would say his name is, of course, Prince Harry. And this man's name is Harry Johnson.
I understand. If I was an American, I'd be like, oh my God, that's the funniest joke.
Oh, but
As
you're
I'm not.
Honestly, I think it's much funnier that you don't think it's funny.
Okay.
That actually makes me feel much better. This is by a man named Harry Johnson.
Okay. Yes. Jeez.
From the 1890s.
Yes.
He created a cocktail called the Bijou. The Bijou is, of course, a French name meaning jewel. So I figured we're trying to up our garnish game. We're trying to up our ice game. So I did from home. I brought in this. This is just a big thing of ice.
An ice pillow.
Yeah, an ice pillar. So I'm going to...
Pillow. See, that's where the accents are.
Pillow.
Pillow.
It's a hairy pillow.
Like, sleep on it.
Yeah. Yes, I wouldn't recommend that. This is pretty intense. It's got a little stuff sticking to it. I'm going to go ahead and carve this down real quick. Let me just do it on this because it's just it's a touch easier.
Yeah.
I'm just going to make this go real quick. 1 second. Got it.
Fantastic. Wow.
So I, of course, from all of that work, have created an ice diamond.
That was quick.
Yeah, it was pretty quick. I'm a quick mover.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in here. This is our ice diamond
Jewel.
in here. Our ice jewel
Yes.
is exactly it.
That is the size of engagement ring diamond that every girl wants to have.
Yeah,
by the way.
yeah, I think so. I think it's pretty nice. I think I did a good job
Yeah.
for doing it so quickly there.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Thank you. We're gonna go ahead and put that in there. Now we're gonna make Harry Johnson's Bijou. We ready? It's the Harry Johnson Bijou. Now Bijou, of course, means, what does it mean, Tammy?
Jewel.
It means jewel.
Yes.
It means jewel. So it's a French word for jewel.
Yeah.
And when Harry Johnson was making this cocktail,
Yeah.
he picked 3 different liquors that represented 3 different jewels. So we're gonna start off with, of course, the emerald.
Okay.
The emerald. What is emerald color? Well, chartreuse.
Yeah.
Chartreuse.
Emerald City from Wizard of Oz.
That is right. So this is a chartreuse. So this is going to represent the green aspect of this cocktail. Now, as I pour this in, this jewel will, of course, change colors momentarily. So right there, we have a beautiful
Love it.
emerald. The next thing we're putting in here is going to be ruby.
Okay.
Ruby. Of course, we've all seen what color rubies are. Those are red.
Yes.
We're gonna pick
like the ruby slippers. We're still the Wizard of Oz.
We are knocking out these. I'm gonna see if we can do the last one. We're gonna go ahead and put in 1 ounce of a red sweet vermouth. This is Carpano Antiqua.
Nice.
Right there, and of course, Tammy, we have to throw in the mother of all jewels, the diamond.
Of course.
And of course, the diamond that we're gonna be putting in here today is going to come from this guy right here, the hero of our show today, Gin.
Yep.
It is white, it is clear, it is crystalline, it is tough to make, it is probably a little overpriced, it is perfect. Gin and diamonds are the exact same thing. Go ahead and put in 1 ounce of that. Now, Harry Johnson.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was I saying? Oh, Harry Johnson was he did not put this next ingredient in, but at this point in the lifespan of the Bijou, we started to put in some orange bitters. Now, I don't know what jewel is orange. Do you have any clue that we could?
Well, they do make jewels out of the sap from trees.
Sure.
What do you call it? There's an actual name once they carve everything down.
Amber.
There we go. Thank you so much.
We're gonna hit
amber.
We're gonna hit this with 2 dashes of amber.
Yes.
So right there, 2 dashes of the orange bitters, and
That was 3. You're right.
Thank you, Kevin.
Peanut Gallery,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Yeah, love that.
That was
It's a lot of fun.
That was
It's
3.
a lot of fun. We're all having fun. We're gonna go ahead and give this a stir real quick. That diamond has, of course, completely disappeared right into our cocktail.
Beautiful.
It is floating.
Yeah, you can hardly see it's even in there.
You can hardly see, but it does now float. It is now diamond shaped. It was a little rough before, of course, because I only had 10 seconds to make it.
Yeah.
And there you go, Tammy. That is the Bijou with
Love
the
it.
diamond garnish.
I remember there was a jewelry store in Vienna. Still exists. It's
Yeah.
called Bijou Brigitte. Because Brigitte was the one that ran the store.
Oh, Brigitte.
Yes, and no, Brigitte.
Brigitte.
Okay. Brigitte.
Uh-huh.
And bijou, of course, means jewelry. So that's how that
So
makes
it's
sense.
Brigitte's jewels.
Yes, her jewels.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Let's just
To Harry
say
Johnson.
To Harry Johnson.
To Harry Johnson. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Cheers to you.
To all the Harry Johnsons. Can we just say, not just to that
Let's
Harry
not.
Johnson? Yeah,
Let's
let's
not
just
do
say to all Harry Johnsons all
Let's
across
not,
the world.
no Harry Johnson shout outs.
Yeah.
Wow, this is delicious.
It's good. For being a very
What an
simple.
interesting.
Yeah.
There were orange bitters that you put in there, right?
The orange bitters.
Yum. Yeah,
They
they're nice on the forefront, actually.
Absolutely. Yeah, they were the last thing I put in there, which is nice because it definitely
Yeah.
makes it smell a little like the orange more than anything else. And of course, 3 really interesting ingredients in there. It's going to taste a lot more like a Martinez than it is going to taste like a Negroni.
Yeah.
But I figured I saw the cocktail list today, so I figured you might be making a Negroni at some point. So I figured we would give
Maybe.
all kinds of different things that we can ways we can use gin.
Maybe. I don't know. This is definitely what I call, once again, a sipper.
A sipper.
This is a sipper.
Yeah, there's a lot.
It's a strong.
There's a lot of booze in that. The chartreuse comes in at about 130 proof.
Yeah.
The gin
You
coming
do
in at
actually
about 80
taste it.
proof.
It's very. It has this sort of apothecary little thing going
Yeah.
on. Little apothecary party.
Yeah. And we've talked a number of times about how chartreuse is made, but of course those are
Yes.
that's the 130 herbs that the monks make. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, it's good. It's like medicinal. This is like a it's good for your belly.
It is.
Kind of drink. This will be a good cocktail, I think, after dinner. A digestive.
A digestive.
Let's say.
Yeah. Let's do say that.
Yeah. Let's say this is a digestive.
We've done it then.
Yeah.
We've said it.
What was the name of it again?
It's called Bijou.
Oh, just Bijou.
Just the
Oh, I thought you
Bijou.
made it your own with the bitters then in the end.
No. It's still Harry Johnson.
You can make it the Bijou Scott, like the jewelry store. Like instead of Bijou Brigitte, it's Bijou Scott.
I'm gonna keep this Harry Johnson's.
fine.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah. I think
Wow.
Harry Johnson deserves all the credit for that one.
Little Harry Johnson. See,
Harry
these
Johnson.
jokes wouldn't work in Australia or in England.
I had no idea that those were 2 different names.
Yes, one's Harry. Anyway, so moving along. Of course, it being Negroni. I've got so
course.
much ice down here. Look, I've got shards.
Oh yeah, well, listen, I'm dangerous.
Shards. as they
Shards.
call them, like pirates.
Yeah, of course, my friend Shard does not
Yeah.
like being called that.
So, I would like to. Oh, before we say anything else, apparently it's somebody's birthday in the. Is it?
Cozy Mom?
No, Dave. It's David Strickland's birthday
Oh,
today.
hey, Dave.
So from from all of us,
Happy birthday, buddy.
happy birthday.
Yeah.
And he's spending his birthday watching us. How fantastic is that? Thank you. That's nice, right? We're part of his birthday
I think
party.
that's very nice. Yes, that's very
Part
nice.
of his birthday
Dave.
party. So
Yes,
happy
it's
birthday from us.
Good to have you.
So Negroni week, we do have a couple of days left.
Yeah.
The Negroni itself has
Yeah.
been around longer than people think.
Right.
They actually think it came about sort of mid-century. It's actually been around since around 1919.
Right.
They just celebrated their 100th birthday. And it comes from an Italian.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it kind of comes from the bartender, really, whose name I've forgotten.
Right.
But it was for Camillo Count Camillo Negroni.
That's right.
Who lived in Florence, in Italy. His favorite drink was the Americano, which we know is kind of the lesser Negroni, basically. It
Yeah,
still has-
it's a long Negroni.
it's a long
Yeah.
Negroni. It has club soda in it, okay? Instead of gin, club soda, so it's a little lighter.
Yeah.
He must have come into his usual water hole and said,
Oh,
hey.
Camillo?
Yes.
Oh, you know why he asked for more gin in his...
He had a hard night?
No.
What
In fact, he had a
happened?
hard, like, 6 months.
Oh, what happened?
He had all he wanted to do in his life, he was the count. He was like the son of, like, royalty
Absolutely.
in Italy.
He was aristocracy.
All he wanted to do was be a cowboy in America.
Cowboy.
So he moved out to America.
Yeah.
And he didn't actually make it to being a cowboy. He actually became a rodeo clown.
Oh no.
So,
that's
like
the opposite end of the
equivalent
stick.
of a rodeo clown at this
Yeah.
point. That's sort of like the Hiltons finding out that Paris was a DJ. They're like, no. We're gonna run out there. We're gonna grab him out of there and pull him away.
Yeah.
Not realizing that just like Paris, she's famous not for being a DJ, but
no.
she's famous for something else. Sort of
other
like
stuff.
Harry Johnson.
But
she, so basically but while he was there, he fell in love with our cocktail culture.
that is true. So coming home, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
You filled in the gap.
Yeah,
I was
there's
like,
a small
why did
gap.
he dislike, why did he? So his favorite drink was Americano.
Yeah.
Came to his local watering hole, which was called like the Cafe Casani or something like that. Which existed actually until just recently. It permanently
closed.
It did unfortunately close. But he's talked to his bartender and said, I need something a little bit stronger.
Yeah.
Swap the soda water out with something else.
Yeah.
And his favorite bartender poured in some gin.
Sure.
And that became the Negroni.
The Negroni.
And the fun thing is, there's so many different adaptations of the Negroni that you can make. You can add different things, but if you exchange different things as well, I did a fun drink not that long ago where I changed out the gin, for example, for Scotch whiskey.
Okay.
And everything else stays the same.
Sure.
And it becomes a drunk uncle.
Equal parts?
Equal parts, it becomes a drunk uncle.
Yeah.
And that's fun.
That sounds about right.
But today we are going to make a Negroni.
Yeah.
But I'm going to add some different things in there. And this one is super yummy.
Yeah.
Not that all the other ones aren't. This one's like extra special yummy. This is the chocolate orange Negroni.
That sounds really good. That sounds really good. Let's get to it.
So, this is a stirrer. And what we're going to start off, remember we mentioned before how the different types of gin, right?
Sure.
So the 4 categories, basically, we've got some dry gins, right? They're the London dry gins. Dry just basically means, as you know, it just basically means unsweetened, unflavored artificially, right? So it's still got its botanicals in there.
Technically
but
dry.
It's not artificially added sweeteners or added artificial. Look it up.
Technically, it means that the botanicals are added before distillation. That's what makes it dry. That's what it is. That's what
I didn't
that's
say
what,
that. I said no artificial sweeteners.
Right. But there are a lot of ones
Or
that don't have
artificial
artificial sweeteners and are not dry.
Hey,
I'm just saying, dry technically means. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing here.
You're arguing with me.
Yes, no, that's true. That's true. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just repeating everything that I've ever learned.
But there
about
are
gin.
also other gin categories.
Lots of other gin categories.
We have Plymouth Gin, for
Plymouth
example.
Gin, of course.
Its own thing.
Yeah.
They've got like 7 different botanicals in there.
Whatever Plymouth is doing, I don't know, but yeah.
Well, it's one of the oldest ones. I mean, we do have Geneva as well, which is also a type of gin. But Plymouth has its own category.
Yeah.
It's got 7 different botanicals.
Yeah.
Also, the distillation is a slightly different thing.
Plymouth, the company, actually owns the distillation. They're the only ones that can make their particular type of gin.
Absolutely.
So, like, we actually have Plymouth
we do have
gin right here.
There it is.
This
also
is,
dry, but different dry.
Sure.
If that makes sense.
Sure.
Okay. Old Tom's, for example.
Yeah, Old Tom.
Another category. More licoricey, stuff like that. And
Botanicals added after distillation.
And then we
in Old
have
Tom.
also Geneva, which has its own category as
Right.
well. So I just thought it would be important that we talk about gin, as this is a gin
I think you nailed it.
episode.
Yeah.
I like Bombay dry gin. There is also slow gin, exactly. We're going to take 1 ounce, there we go, of Bombay dry gin.
Bombay dry gin.
Okay.
Yeah, of course, Bombay.
Totally different distillation as well. They vaporize the
Yeah.
botanicals, so that's a whole different thing.
Yeah,
as well.
gin companies are very, very particular about giving away their particular mash bill and their addition, their herb bill or whatever they're calling it.
Their whole Geneva, exactly. It kind of starts off almost like whiskey, right? With the mash, there's a lot of fermenting going on.
Yeah, Geneva technically is not a neutral grain. That's sort of what
Exactly.
makes it. So it doesn't get distilled down to where it's nothing. Geneva still has some of that wheat flavoring. Exactly.
We're still doing 1 ounce here.
Yeah.
So 1 ounce gin, 1 ounce, of course, Campari. So right now we're still the same as if we would be building a Negroni.
Sure, yeah,
classic
1 to 1.
Negroni.
Yeah.
Okay. This is where it gets a little fun.
Okay.
So normally the Negroni you would have 1 ounce of your Martini Rosso
Equal parts, 1 to 1 to 1?
and be done.
Yeah.
Right? We're going to put in 3/4 ounce. So we're going to lessen this a little bit because we're going to add some other stuff afterwards. So 3/4 ounce of red sweet, well, it's kind of semi-sweet vermouth.
An Italian vermouth. That is
Italian vermouth.
Yeah, that is what it's called. There's a guy named Harry McAloney who does. He created the Old Pal. When he was spelling out Italian, he would spell it E-Y-E Italian, E-Y-E-T-A-L-I-A-N. I have a feeling that he was not a super. He wasn't like a real progressive guy. I'm sure he hated the Italians.
He may not have been intellectually smart.
Right.
He was street smart.
He was, and one of the greatest bartenders of all
gets you
time.
through the world.
It did. It really got him through.
You.
Yeah. He had his
So
own
what
bar
we're
in
going
Paris.
to add on now, this is where the orange flavor comes in. Grand Marnier. So this is cognac orange liqueur. For those of you who don't know, but I know you all do.
They do.
So,
Well,
everyone.
yeah. Orange liqueur. It's an orange brandy made in cognac. And thus it's going to be a sort of a stronger version.
Can you put a little bit of ice in there for me? I'm going to give this a quick stir.
Absolutely. There we go. Let's put one of these guys in here. How about a big... We got these beautiful clear pieces of ice. There we go. Put one of these guys too.
Grazie.
Prego, bella. Abbondanza.
All right. So we're going to add one more thing, but I want to just chill this drink down just a tad.
Yeah.
Stir until you feel the glass is getting a little bit cool.
Sure.
Which might take, 30 seconds.
Depending on the room, obviously.
Depending on the room.
If you're doing
It's
it in a
pretty
freezer, if you're doing it in a freezer, then you're going
Add
to do it for a
more
lot
ice, obviously
longer.
it will cool down
Right.
a little quicker. So what we are going to add in now is the best thing of all, which I could completely slam the whole bottle.
We might hold you to that.
Is
I think we should hold her to. I think we should watch.
chocolate bitters.
I think we should watch Tammy drink a whole bottle of chocolate bitters.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's.
Let's not.
Okay, well, that's up to you.
Let's
I mean,
not.
listen. All right. Some other time then.
It calls for two drops.
Okay.
I put in 3. You know why?
Because you like chocolate, and you promised us you'd slam the whole bottle.
All good things come in 3.
Ah.
Exactly.
Is that right?
Yes.
Huh.
I know it was 4. It was a bonus. You're fired! In the background there. So give it a quick stir around. And yes, I am using the spoon correctly. As Scott would say, no, I'm not. Yes, I am. That's why it has a little drop thing there so you can stir around. Anyway, what we're going to do then is grab our glass.
Mm-hmm.
I need one. Do you have one pretty ice cube for me?
Oh, yeah, sure.
You do?
Yeah, I got this guy. Let me just get it in there.
Okay. Alright, well, that'll do.
It's huge.
It is. It's huge.
People can't hear what they're saying. We know how sensitive. The peanut gallery is yelling jokes in the back. Nobody can hear them.
We are going to pour this bad boy over here. Look how delicious
Look
that
at that
looks.
beautiful piece
Right?
of ice. Look at that color.
I mean, come on.
All day.
Perfect measurement, if I may
Nailed
say
it.
so myself.
Yeah, that is a, when you're competing in the International Bartenders Association, bartenders.
Yes, many times I've done that.
No, just when one is. Yes,
Yes,
when
yes.
one is. If you can get your measurements right, that's a very important part. They actually open up your tins afterward to see if you have
left
anything
anything?
left. So it should go up to the top, and there shouldn't be anything left. That is a major portion of that competition. You've nailed it. No, I mean, listen,
Empty.
yes. Yeah.
I won!
Congratulations. You did.
What
You
did I
won.
win?
Well, the International Bartender Association
All right, I'll take
top
it.
prize.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Okay, so garnish-wise, I thought kind of need the chopping board because I was going to show. Okay, so normally, if there's anything fancy and whatever, I normally bring some stuff. I did have a couple of emails, a couple of comments that maybe I should make something live on camera.
Oh yeah, let's see your process.
And I was just thinking it would be kind of fun to make something for you guys. One thing I thought was just quick and simple, right? So what you're gonna do, in the words of the great Scott Cushman,
Oh dang.
you cut the fat
Yeah.
of the orange.
Start with the fat part.
Start with the fat part. Okay, we're gonna cut down, right?
Yeah.
Like this.
Ooh.
For example.
That's a fatty Duke.
It's a fatty dude.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, so in here, this stuff, this is
Yeah.
called the pith.
Yeah.
We're gonna try and get.
Sounds like you have a. It sounds like whenever I say that, it sounds like I have a lisp, and I'm trying to
supposed
say.
to say pit, but it just comes out pith.
Pith.
That's how I do it.
This is the pith.
Okay, this is the squishy stuff.
Yeah.
Basically, that we don't need because this will make your.
Kith it.
Kith it.
Kith it.
Kith it. This will make your garnish a little bit more flexible. That's the thing. Just be careful when you're holding your finger in front.
Sure.
That you don't obviously slice your.
We don't slice
off.
fingers off here. Yeah.
Okay. So that should do. So what we're going to do then is going to flip it around. We're going to cut it into a rectangle.
Ooh.
Like that, just like this, right?
That's Trey Pro.
Real pro.
Real pro.
And then what out of this, we're just going to cut it into a little diamondy thing.
Ooh.
Like that. Okay. Do the same thing on the other side.
Yeah.
Just like that.
I love it. Ooh.
Bada boom, bada bing.
Yeah.
Okay. Then in the
Second award.
middle, you're just going to do a little slit like that.
Uh-huh.
Boop. Okay, and we're gonna bend this. It's gonna be like a little devilly thing.
Yeah.
So let me take this away so I can.
Yeah, I'll grab that from you.
Okay, thank you. Bring back your glass, and then actually let's do it this side, like that.
Oh.
Bend it so that the slit opens just a little bit,
Shut up.
and then we have like little devil horns like that. And it just makes
Oh,
any
yeah.
drink. What you can do also, if you want to make it super fancy, you got like maraschino cherries, like any kind of cherry, whatever.
What do you do?
What you can do is you just pierce it through, put the cherry in, pierce that through, and you got a little garnish there as well.
Look
okay?
like the Eye of Sauron if you
It
did
is.
that.
It's like little devil ears
Yeah.
right there. Okay, so there you go.
Oh, I love it.
This is the chocolate
I-
orange Negroni.
I have been bartending for a long time. This is the way that somebody makes a Negroni is absolutely one of the badges of honor.
Yeah.
And in that time, I've never had a chocolate orange Negroni, so
Then
I'm
let me
very
know.
excited to see.
Orange is so great to make garnishes with. You can make leaves and you can do all sorts of stuff. What do you think?
That's really nice.
Like it?
Yeah. So sorry, it's 3/4.
So 1 ounce gin, 1 ounce Campari, then 3/4 ounce sweet red vermouths. Choose semi-sweet because also the Campari has some fruity elements to it, even though it's kind of bitter.
Yeah.
And then of course 3/4 ounce Grand Marnier as well.
I love it.
And then 2 to 5 dashes.
Yeah,
of
I think
chocolate bitters.
I think you could go a few more chocolate bitters if you like. I'm
Really?
not a
You
huge.
want some more?
Yeah, I'll take it. I'm not. It's a really good cocktail.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying it.
Well, you
it is
you don't want to have
no
it
good
to
without
be
it.
very like chocolatey, overpowering. You just want to have a
Right.
little hint,
Right.
like you're suspecting chocolate is there.
Yeah.
And so there you go.
You know, another fun garnish for this would be one of those chocolate oranges that we were talking about. Like
I
when
know.
you crack the orange and you put those in there.
You don't think I wanted to take that?
I imagine you did.
I did.
I imagine you did.
And I was like,
imagine-
you know what? Maybe instead of just bringing a chocolate orange,
Yeah.
I will just make one.
I love this.
So.
It looks like a little butterfly.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's it.
Very good, Tam.
I'll sip on yours in the meantime.
Absolutely get that bijou in you. That Harry Johnson
Bijou in me. All right.
Yeah.
So third gin cocktail.
Okay, so of course, there have been a lot of rum tiki cocktails. There, of course. There you go, Greg.
Hand that
Yeah,
off.
there you
There
go.
you go.
Greg, the camera guy, had to have it.
Get it,
There have
Greg.
been an
Get
awful
it.
lot of rum tiki cocktails. There have been some whiskey tiki cocktails, but for sure, there have been a lot of gin tiki cocktails. Now, why,
That
Tammy,
sounds
would that
so
be?
weird, doesn't it?
It does.
It's
However, gin is one of the most maritime liquors that there is. Of course, you have to grow rum in tropical places. That's where sugarcane grows. But gin actually made its way around the world well before rum did, because it was part of the English Navy. So
Yep.
basically, these English dudes.
the Navy strength rum.
That's right. Yeah. So these Navy guys were sailing around the world, and part of what you would get as a Navy guy, you get your money, you get some food, you get probably a place to sleep and whatnot, and then you would get every day you would get at least 1 pint of gin. And what was happening is, of course, these guys were getting wasted.
Of course.
And also, they were dying of scurvy, which would be a very, very difficult way to die.
Yeah.
Your teeth start falling out, your bones start breaking. It becomes an issue, really. So now you're dying of scurvy. So what they decided to do is they started to put all kinds of lemons and limes and cordials.
Vitamin C.
Vitamin C in there. So
Basically.
now you started getting something called grog.
Yes.
So anyway, so gin has been on boats for much longer than rum has been on boats. So technically, if we're talking about maritime cocktails, we cannot get away from gin. So I was doing a little research.
Yes.
And I found that there's some fun Navy slang. Now, you know what a banyan tree is? So a banyan tree is just this big old tree. It's like this big situation.
Yeah.
Well, a banyan is also what the British Navy, the English Navy, calls a beach party.
Oh.
So I wanted to create a punch that I feel like creates when these old-timey sailors were landing on port, they would walk out sometimes chewing on limes in order to keep from scurvy. That's why we call them limeys. They would come out chewing limes. So I wanted to create a punch that there's a good chance that they might have had. So I wanted to find ingredients in there that we might have had at a banyan.
Yes.
We're talking the 1700s.
Banyan.
Basically. So this is called the Banyan Punch.
Love it.
It's called the Banyan Punch. Let's just put them in the order that we will all recognize most. We're going to start off with some gin. Now, I'm going to do London Dry Gin on this one.
Okay.
The last one that I did was, where did it go? It was the Prairie. The Prairie, which is a very nice, but it's an American style. It's out of Minnesota. So it has some of its botanicals added. This is the London Dry. So this is going to be a dry gin. There's nothing added to it afterwards, after the distillation. This is going to be a, give that a smell. Yeah, no, it's just really, really nice, and it's organic.
Yeah.
It's all organic.
Love it.
Very nice. Not as sweet as the other two gin. Well, I guess you used the
Bombay Sapphire, it's pretty dry.
Pretty dry.
Pretty dry.
We're going to be putting in 1.5 ounces of this guy.
Okay.
Right there. Now, technically, if we wanted to get real technical, instead of the London Dry, we would have put in something like a Geneva.
Okay.
Because we are
Does
also.
it need that malty?
It just if we're gonna get technical with like when this drink would have been around, we probably would have done something like this. So.
Yeah. Of course, because Geneva's been around since what, 1570s?
Yeah, for a long time. So same with this. This is Batavia Arrack. This is the grandfather of rum. This is made from cane. It is.
Love it.
It's stank, I believe. I believe those were actually Harry Johnson's
stank
words.
means it smells bad.
I think this smells bad. You don't think this smells bad?
No, it smells like Tiki Town to me.
Tiki Town.
Yeah.
Tiki Town, USA.
Tiki Town.
So that is, we're going to be putting in 1 ounce of this Batavia Arrack. Now, please do not mistake this like I did many times when I was starting off. Arrack and Batavia Arrack are very different. Arrack is like it's like an absinthe, basically. It's like a grappa.
Okay.
We don't want any of that. Next thing we're putting in here is going to be the lime. Of course, if we're going to be making this is also following a punch outline. So this is our 3 of strong. We're going to do 1 of sour here.
Yes.
With just some lime. So we're looking for
What's
3.
the 2?
Well, we're going to get into 2 of sweet here in a second.
Okay.
2 of sweet. So we're going to go ahead and get this guy right here. 3/4 of an ounce of lime.
Love it.
Yeah.
Quick shout out to Bijou.
Bijou Phillips.
Bijou Harry Johnson.
Harry Johnson in the chat. What's up, Harry?
To Pixie Realm, who's joining us for the first time today.
Hey, Pixie Realm. So we have that. We are also now going to be putting in some of our sweet.
Yes.
And some of our little spice to make everything nice.
Yes.
And that's going to come in the form of Dawn's Mix. Now, of course, Dawn's Mix came around in the 1930s. D-double-O-N.
Yes.
Dawn the Beachcomber created this. This is one of the last of his secret formulas that we figured out. Grapefruit, 2 parts grapefruit, 1 part cinnamon syrup. We're only beginning. What's that?
Yum.
Oh yeah, so good. We're gonna be putting in 1/2 ounce. So this is part of our sour, also part of our sweet, and also part of our little spice to make everything nice. Now.
So it's even. It's balanced, ready to go. What do you need?
Well, until I throw this in. This is going to be coconut cream. Yeah. I figured they would get off of their boat, and what's the first thing they would want? Coconuts. First of all, they're hilarious. Yes, coconuts are hilarious. They look like boobs, and everybody likes that. When they're creamy like this, they spill on your hands, and you have to explain that to your wife. We're going to go ahead and put in 1/2 ounce of coconut cream. Right there. Touch extra, why not?
I'm stunned you put it in the jigger.
You know, Tammy, I'm trying to be more professional. I feel like the jigger is an important part of my job, and I often forget. I mean, this is hilarious. What, like, Greg, can we get a close-up of that while we're just staring at that? Gross. Now, so they have some sweet. Yes. So 1 of sour, they have some grapefruit and
cinnamon syrup.
Grapefruit and lime is our 1 of sour. Yes. 2 of sweet, that is our cinnamon syrup that we have right now, and then 3 of strong, that is going to be the 2 different booze.
Yes.
4 of weak, which is the water we're going to be adding in a minute. But 1 of spice, I figure you get off of a boat, what's the first thing that you want? If you're going to go kissing natives, or kissing the people. Kissing is not. I'm really sort of whitewashing history here, real quick. But if you're trying to get a date in a port, what would you need?
An outfit.
A little mint, probably. A little mint. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and cute little outfit. These sailor boys love their cute little outfits.
Yes.
So we have just a little bit of mint. We're just gonna be putting in 1/4 ounce of creme de menthe.
I'm always stunned how this became a thing.
What's that?
Creme de menthe. Because when you smell it, it's like toothpaste. Yeah. Mix it into a cocktail, if it's balanced correctly, it's fantastic.
It really, you really do not need a lot of mint in here. 1/4 ounce is just about all you really want from here. And let's get the rest of our ice out of here. Another piece.
Yep. Another diamond waiting to be carved.
Yes, that's exactly it. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and throw this in here, and we are going to give this a big, fat shake. We have a lot of big ice in here. We're going to crack this all over the place. Yeah. Ready, Tammy? 1, 2, 3.
Absolutely.
Growing my hair out, so I don't have to worry about where that is all the time now.
Hair flip.
Yeah. Whew, that smells good. Okay. They may not have had tiki mugs at that time. The tiki mug really didn't come around until about the 1960s, but they would have had coconuts. They would have had a coconut. If they were putting coconut cream in here, they probably would have had a coconut. So we're going to go ahead and pour this guy right in here. I love that color. Always makes me happy to see a bright
that's beautiful.
drink.
Yeah.
Put the rest of this ice in here. There we go. And there we have it. Now, I'm going to decorate it.
Please
I'm going to put a little of this. We cut this mint fresh for this. I'm just going to shove this all right into here. I'm going to put on a umbrella. I know they wouldn't have had these when the Navy boys got off in India in the 17...
Yeah, when did they come about?
Oh, don't ask me. Don't ask me. I can tell you about some booze.
We'll read about the Chinese newspaper.
Oh,
later on, that's right.
Oh, when did these start coming about? This is Harry Yee. Harry Yee in the
10s, was it?
No, well after that. No, Harry Yee was
it?
Harry Yee was, Yee is actually, it's actually Japanese for Johnson. Did you know that?
Yeah.
His name was also Harry Johnson.
Yep.
Yeah.
Harry Johnson, once
Harry
again.
G, Harry Johnson, 1950s, I'm gonna say. Cheers.
Scott also makes things up, by the way.
That is true.
He lives by the rule of, when in doubt, sound convincing.
My grandfather always said, don't ever let the truth get in the way of a good story.
Yes, exactly. Love you, Grandma. I'm going to grab a straw, though.
Yeah, grab a straw.
Because I want to get all in this business. Okay, here we go.
Here you go.
Cheers, everybody.
To you. They took my drink.
You're still out of breath.
I am. I'm so fat.
From 5 minutes ago, shaking the drink.
I'm so fat.
Oh, wow. This is great.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Who knew?
Who knew?
You think tiki, you don't think gin.
No, you don't think a lot of gin. No,
this is delicious.
And you think of rum, not necessarily Batavia Arrack. And if anybody's ever had Batavia Arrack, It is an acquired taste.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
But if you told me
Yeah.
there's rum in here
Yeah.
with everything else,
Yeah.
absolutely believe you.
Sure. Yeah.
1000%.
Yeah.
It's so funny how those ingredients together literally taste like a rum tea drink.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you actually put rum in there, that drink would be far too sweet.
Really?
Yeah, it would tip it over. That's why you want to find a nice dry gin that you want to find, because there's only really even the grapefruit that goes in there is with the cinnamon syrup, so it's too sweet there. The lime is really the only.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
No,
the hodor.
It's really beautifully balanced,
sweet,
and
yeah.
I think you're right. I suppose the that sugar cane
Yeah.
taste is missing,
Be too big,
but
yeah.
it's not.
Right.
It's so strange.
There you go.
It's really weird
That's the Banyan Punch.
in the best way ever.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got our Banyan Punch right there.
Oh, did they return the cocktail? That's hilarious.
What?
Your drink.
They
I
did.
think it made
They
its
sipped
rounds.
it.
Yeah.
It made its rounds.
It made its rounds to
They
everybody.
sipped it, and then we got it back.
And then they refilled it. It looks like
the chocolate
Then
orange Negroni.
That might just be Campari at this point.
Chocolate orange Negroni is back,
Yeah.
and then of course we have the Bijou as well.
The diamond's holding up. The diamond.
It is.
It's holding up. It still looks like a
Look at
little
it.
diamond. Yeah.
Yeah. Who knew gin could be that fantastic?
Who knew? 3 very different cocktails.
Very different cocktails,
Yeah.
but tasting them.
Yeah.
I mean, that one I know what it tastes like.
Sure.
They still all they're all one family.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's weird, but they're so different yet
Yeah.
the same.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
Don't you find?
I completely agree.
But your weird magical gin tiki drink
Yeah.
is the winner.
The Banyan.
This week. The Banyan
Banyan
is something.
Punch, baby. Baby.
It really is. I mean, this is something magical. Even though you didn't. It's not an original, is it?
It is absolutely an original.
Oh, it's a Scott
That is
Cushman
100% an original. Yeah, I sat around thinking about what those sailors would want in their drink.
Oh,
I
that's
threw it in
this
there.
guy.
Yeah. There we
For
go.
sure.
The Banyan.
Yeah.
Did it.
Yeah. Then they get some more confidence. They go talk to the local women
That's right.
in the ports
Yeah.
that are waiting for some hot sailors
I don't
from
think that was
abroad.
ever the case, but maybe. Again, I don't
know?
know. I don't know much about that kind of history.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
how I imagine it.
If there's a cocktail involved, I have the history. Anything else, I'm out.
This is fantastic.
Perfect.
Absolutely love one. Winner, chicken dinner.
We did it.
That's what I say. I had fun.
Me too.
You had fun.
I did. I
Your
did
hair's
have fun.
getting long.
It's
That
getting
is true.
so long.
That is true. I would like to thank everybody for tuning in again with us this week, everybody. From Twitch to Facebook to Instagram to YouTube, of course, Daily Motion and so forth. Become one of our Patreon members as well for some exclusive membership goodies, really, right?
We definitely have those.
And we will be back again probably in a week.
I think so.
We don't know.
I think we'll be here in
Maybe.
a week. Yeah.
Maybe not. Let's see. Until then,
Until then, I think we will. I think we will.
Right now.
I think we. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I won't be back. I'm constantly afraid of firings. You know, who knows?
Nobody's getting fired yet. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. We'll see each other next time. Cheerio.